Hello, my name is Ofofon Kenang. I am a 3MTT fellow learning cybersecurity.
Hey everybody, I'm Ufaniso Obonko, a cybersecurity fellow of the 3MTT program.
Hi, my name is Victor Okon.
My name is Hansen Ubong, fellow Cohort 2 Cybersecurity 3MTT. I am the hub lead for Laytech Consulting.
My name is Michael Okon. I'm a Cohort 2 3MTT fellow.
My name is Tijani Kanem. I am a cybersecurity instructor with 3MTT. It's a federal government program aimed at training. Currently, we have about 500 cybersecurity analysts, prospective cybersecurity analysts that we are training in this program. I am also an instructor across a number of IT centers around, and I also work as a security analyst myself, and particularly an incident responder.
I make sure I update all my apps. All my apps, my software, everything. I try my possible best to keep them up to date. If you are in the cybersecurity field, you understand why this is very important. Because if your software is out of date, a cyber criminal can have very easy access to your devices, to your applications, can take very sensitive information. And then also, I'm very mindful of the links I click online. Hey. In fact, if I open a website and it starts with HTTP and I don't see S, I'm not clicking on it.
Before I started learning cybersecurity, I didn't know about phishing and social engineering basically. And then since I started learning cybersecurity, it has opened my eyes to a lot. Now I no longer just passively give people my laptops to use. I no longer download things from random websites. I no longer click on links anyhow basically. I always scan the links before I click on them to ensure that they are actually the right links, they are not fakes and stuff like that.
I have been so meticulous about my devices and my internet browsing, and also I have been creating awareness here and there, trying to help ignorant fellows who use internet, unsecured internet, to be very, very careful about phishing attacks.
Some of my social media accounts had the same password, but immediately I got the information of the rainbow table, I had to go change my password. And then beyond that, I'm also more careful now with people bringing flash to copy things from my system. I'm also very uncomfortable with that. And then there are other things that I used to do, like putting up everything on social media. I'm trying to be more cautious as to the things I now put up on social media and the things I take off social media. So it's the knowledge of cybersecurity that has actually helped me in that direction.
Although I was using passwords to password some of my devices, I didn't also know that I have to put extra protections to make sure that I don't get attacked or I don't get threats and vulnerability as it should be. So this has changed my view. Not just me, I have also been able to tell others about this. People who use their phones, their laptop without password, without multi-factor authentication. I also educate them that this is not safe because a threat does not have a date that it's coming.
Okay, I would start from the basics, being a SOC analyst, then I'll grow into being a security engineer, then into a threat detection engineer, or I don't know, and then I would specialize in some SIEM and SOAR tools.
I'm seeing myself actively being involved with experts in the field, and I'm actually doing what I'm now passionate about doing, which is to secure both the physical and digital assets of both individuals and companies. So that's my interest.
I will be fully established in the GRC field of cybersecurity. GRC simply means governance, risk, and compliance, and it is a field in cybersecurity that has to do with securing an organization's sensitive information, their data and all of that. It has to do with risk management and also has to do with you ensuring that the organization is complying with regulatory policies.
In the next 5 years, I see myself as an ethical hacker.
In 5 years, I see myself as a SOC analyst, a senior one.
In 5 years, I see myself as a pen tester and as an analytical hacker.
So I would say it has been such an interesting experience with the students here, the fellows here. They have done tremendously well. I mean, some of them have done well We are already seeing them on LinkedIn. We can see what they are doing. We can see some of the, like today I gave them some class assignment. They did wonderfully well. They were able to manipulate MySQL databases. They were able to create databases, tables. They were able to query databases and all. So it's been a very wonderful experience for me here as an instructor. And I also want to say that beyond what they are doing here, I like the fact that they go back home and try to internalize these things, try to work on these things even more. And that's evident in some of the projects they post on LinkedIn, very phenomenal projects. And I'm very confident that by the time we are done, we are just 6 weeks in, we are like halfway in. By the time we are done, by the time we get to the 12th week, they would have been properly groomed to take up roles, entry-level roles in cybersecurity.
My general advice to everyone out there is be careful about sites you connect to. Be careful about connecting to open network, open Wi-Fi. Yeah, because that many people, a lot of people are very, very vulnerable, and that's very, very rampant.
I want them to know, as far as you are an internet user, whether regular or once in a while kind of user, that you have an online identity, and that it's necessary that by all means you protect that online identity.
Cybersecurity is for everyone. Yes, read my lips. Cybersecurity is for you, it's for me, it's for your children, for your siblings, it's for everyone out there. I honestly believe that everyone should have basic, knowledge of what cybersecurity is. That way you can, guard yourself. There are just simple steps that you can take, that can protect you from malicious actors. And I feel like knowledge of cybersecurity is essential, is necessary, it's compulsory for you and for me. Thank you.
A cybersecurity tip I would give someone out there is use a password manager. A password manager helps you to create strong, unique, and secure passwords, and you don't have to worry about remembering the passwords basically, because the password manager is going to help you to autofill the passwords whenever you go to sites, and it's going to help you create passwords, and it's going to make your digital security more secure.
Cybersecurity is for everyone. Everyone should know how to protect themselves. Everyone should know how to secure their identity and safeguard their data online. It doesn't matter if you are not on any social media, as long as you browse the internet, you have an identity, and that identity is very, very critical. Your data is very, very sensitive. So everyone should learn cyber security.
I believe a lot of people out there are ignorant about this social engineering. They are ignorant about a lot of things about the cyber attack. Social engineering is one of the worst, the most common attack, cyber attack out there. So stay safe.
My advice to the general public is simple. Please try and be secure. Security is every man's business, because once one of your devices is vulnerable, in fact, all other of your devices can get this vulnerability. Like if you're connecting your phone to an unsecured Wi-Fi network, you will definitely plug that phone to your laptop to work with it. So the same if there was a malware that was attached to your phone while you were using the Wi-Fi network, definitely it will encrypt itself into your system, and then it will start duplicating. So to avoid using a system or your phone that is a bot that is being used by others to create money for themselves, you have to make sure you use secured network, use secured password. Make sure that you don't just connect to any Wi-Fi on the outside.
This is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and my advice is that you should know that as far as you are connected to the internet, you are not safe. You can't say that you are safe if you don't take the necessary precautions. Cybersecurity is not something that should be left in the hands of cybersecurity professionals. Everybody has to take responsibility for it. You have to protect your data. You have to ensure that you use very secure passwords, strong passwords for your online account. You have to use multi-factor authentication. You cannot afford to be using your phone number as your password. You have to use passwords that, of course, have a minimum of 8 characters long, They have special characters, capital letters, small letters, numbers. That combination makes it almost impossible for a brute force attack to be successfully carried out. You use multi-factor authentication to ensure that you add additional level of security to your logins, and then you cannot afford to log into an unsecure Wi-Fi, because that makes both your system, your accounts, vulnerable to malicious attacks. You have to also ensure that you don't use devices, most especially USB, that you are not sure of. This is a primary attack vector that we see around, so you must be sure that you use USB drives that you are sure of. Finally, you must, and this is very important, you must ensure that you update your applications, your operating systems as frequently as possible. We recommend that you activate what we call auto or update, so that all your apps, all your operating system, if you're using a Windows device, it has to be updated in real time. Because whenever there's a vulnerability, these patches are released, and these patches are meant to compensate for those vulnerabilities that have been noticed. If you don't install updates, then you are missing out on these patches that can actually help you to compensate for those vulnerabilities, and that means you are rendering yourself open to malicious actors. So you have to consider updates. I mean, you might think, oh, I can't do it because it will consume my data, but think about it. Which one is more expensive? Is it the cost of remediating a ransomware attack or a malware attack, or the cost of subscribing for data and ensuring that you have updates in real time? I think the former is more grievous. So the very strong advice is that you have to update your systems, you have to use strong passwords, you have to use multi-factor authentication, and you cannot afford to connect to an insecure Wi-Fi. That will allow you to be cyber safe. Thank you.
My experience so far has been exciting. It's been crazy, honestly. And then I've been thrilled, and then I've been honored to be amongst a lot of people. I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of individuals that have motivated me in different aspects of life. Okay, I want to thank the federal government of Nigeria for giving me an opportunity, because this is one of the best opportunities I've had so far. And then I want to thank Mr. Oyenekbon Ekanem he's a great tutor. He has instilled a lot of things in me. Don't worry, I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to be outstanding out there. And then I want to thank our CM, Mrs. Victoria. She has been hardworking. She has always been there, available to the students, and then I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm particularly grateful to the federal government of Nigeria and the Minister of, I think, Digital Economy, that Dr. Tijani, who had initiated this idea of a 3MTT program. I think as one that has benefited from it, I love this concept, and I wish that the federal government will continue with it so that many other persons will benefit from this. It's a nice program. In fact, I used to hear about cybersecurity. I had a friend of mine who was in Calabar saying he's doing cybersecurity job as a remote job for a company in the US, and he was making 6 digits. But when I asked him, I was like, no, he went to India to study, he did it in India and came back before. So I was always thinking it's only when you go out of the country that you can actually acquire this kind of skills. So I didn't know it's something we can even do it in country. So I'm grateful to the federal government. I'm grateful to the 3MTT program platform. I'm also grateful to our tutor here. he's been doing a wonderful job. Mr. Nyenokone Kanem is a great man, and I love his session. I love the way he handles us here at Last Skill. So I'm grateful.
My gratitude goes to 3MTT, the minister, and Mr. Nyenokbon.
I want to thank NITDA for giving me the opportunity to learn cybersecurity. I want to thank Mr. Nyenokbon Kanem, our cybersecurity instructor, for everything he does, imparting knowledge into us and the steps he takes to make cybersecurity simplified and interesting. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to 3MTT for opening me up to this. I want to say thank you to my CM, Mrs. Victoria Ndu. I want to say thank you to my tutor, Mr. Nyenekwono Ekanem. He's been very wonderful. I mean, he made tech become very easy with the hands-on training he's given to us. And you know, most things, looking at my fellows, they are very cooperative in the hub. Being a hub lead, I don't have issues with my fellows. They follow up the studies very well. They follow up their squad. They help each other, which is what we are doing. And we are building a great network for Nigeria and Akwa Ibom State at large. Check out for these cyber guys coming. We will make your world look different.